In this video, I'm going to explain to you why I quit from my remote job, even if I'm working towards my dream, which is to become a digital nomad. What is a digital nomad, you ask me? A digital nomad is someone that is working remotely while traveling at the same time. Yes, I had a job like that, and I just quit yesterday. My parents might, especially my mom, see this video, and she doesn't know until now, if she's seeing this, that I quit the job I got this month. Okay, she doesn't know that I quit, because at the beginning I wanted to change this job, and I will explain you what was this job, why do I quit and stuff. So I wanted to quit this job, but I was like, you know what, keep the energy that you have of wanting to quit this job, okay, and use it to search for another job. And because you really want to quit this job as soon as possible, you will use a lot of energy to search for another one. So, use this energy. This is what I wanted to do. This is not what I've done. Why? Because I got sick. I'm a very spiritual person, believe it or not. And I have belief and I have morals and values. This week I was sick. When I'm sick, I'm always searching for the spiritual meaning of what I'm having right now. Like, always. I go to the doctor as well, okay? But I also do this. And I realized where it comes from, and it was all linked with the job I was doing, and it was linked with how I was feeling this moment, what I was feeling about the job I was having. Like, the thing is, what happened is that, sorry mom, this is how you learn that I quit my job. But my mom lately is trying to understand English, so she might understand this right now. I found this job at the beginning of February. So it's soon, like it's not long ago. I didn't know it was a long-term job, but I wanted it to be a long-term job because I was looking for a long-term job. If you don't know, I am working with Upwork, but it's always like short contract, It's always like short-term jobs. And that's nice, that's like pocket money, but it's not enough, because to become, which I want, a digital nomad and travel the world, I need a salary, okay? So the biggest contract I had was like 1.5 months, and that was when I was in Egypt. Alright, it was translation, okay? Mostly what I'm doing, it's voice acting, translation, teaching, and that's it. I did some content creator shit. They wanted me to do videos and stuff, which I did, but mostly it's voice acting. This job that I just found was teaching, okay? And I was teaching adult people, mostly American, and I was teaching them French. And mostly American, because it was an American company that I was working with and not working for, because I'm a freelancer and I have a micro enterprise, a micro business, so I am my own boss. Alright, I did apply for this job even if it was saying between 1 and 3 months. So I was like, okay, you know what, let's try. They were interested to work with me, So I talked to them in video calls and stuff, and I got the job. And they're explaining me that the company is well known, but the project of teaching is new. It's a new project that this company is like starting, you know. So they needed Italian teacher, like Italian people teaching. They needed Spanish and French teachers. They don't care if like you're French or not. I am French, but for example, they just want you to be able to teach this language. They don't want you to be French to teach French. You know what I mean? So I was so happy because they were like, you, if you're working with us, you will be working like long term, because it's a long-term thing. And I was like, oh, because you know it said like between 1 and 3 months. So they were like, no, it's a mistake, it's like long-term, and we will be starting with one session, like one class per week, but then it will be 2 classes per week, and then hopefully it will be a lot of classes, and you know, why not a salary? So I was like, okay, that's amazing. So they're like, oh, by the way, you don't have to say yes because it's our mistakes, but we don't have a French teacher for tonight, and 11 p.m. for you, because we are an American company, so we are working with American time zone, you know, so it will be 11 p.m. for you. It was a mistake from our part, but we don't have any teachers, so would you be interested for a session tonight? And I was like, all right, because listen, I love to challenge myself, okay? So I know I had to create a program for tonight, but I wanted the job. I wanted them to see that I am capable of it, you know? Me, I knew that I'm capable of it, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I love challenging myself. I fucking love challenging myself. And when I'm thinking like, yeah, you know, there's a part of me thinking that I'm never going to do it, I want to prove myself that I can do it, you know? So I will do this crazy shit just to prove myself wrong, or to prove other people wrong. Okay, so this is what happened. I was like, yeah, all right, tonight. And I saw in the eye, the guy was like, he thought I would say no, and he was surprised, and he was like, oh, okay. So I did the class, everything went well. At some point when the class was done, I was like, oh, I did say something that is actually wrong. Because I created a theme and like I did a mistake, but of course they wouldn't know because I was talking about a specific thing in French, and I was like, I know I was wrong when I said that, but nobody would know. Anyway, it was a specific kind of teaching that they wanted, okay? I'm not going to go too much into detail, it doesn't matter. Just this happened and everything went well, but I was like, okay, I challenged myself. I knew I could do it, but I kind of knew already that it's not going to be a long-term job for me. Like I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, I just, doing this, afterward I realized it's not for me. Afterward I just realized it's not for me. So at this point I couldn't explain really why. I didn't have like a real, you know, like excuse, but I knew that I did not want it to do this. And then a lot of things happened. So the next session didn't happen the next week, but the week after. What happened the week I didn't work with them is that I did talk a lot with them, and there's a lot of parts that I didn't agree with their way of working, even though they were saying like everything is new, so we're doing mistakes, and that's all right, you know. It's just that first I realized, and I discovered this week that I would not make my own schedule, okay? They would make the schedule for me, which it's not something that I want, because I want a remote job where I do my own schedule. This is what I want to do when I will be traveling. I'm not saying not doing your own schedule is not good. I'm saying things for myself, and this is my expectations. This is what I want, okay? I also want a salary right now, and there's no certainty for them to succeed in their project. I hope the best for them. They are really amazing people, I'm not gonna lie. That the team were amazing people. I'm really glad to have like worked with them and stuff, but I need a salary right now so I can travel this year, and I can travel as soon as possible, you know. I didn't like the fact that they were always, you know, telling me last minute to do a session. They were like, oh yeah, we will tell you, and I had to contact them again for them to say, oh yeah, we will tell you again, and then, oh yeah, not this week. And then Sunday night. Sunday, what? I thought it would be like between like Monday and Friday, but no. Actually, we are Monday today, so I worked last night and I worked like on a Sunday, which it's not something I want to do. Or at least if I'm doing this, it's because I'm creating my own schedule, and it just happened for me to work this, you know, this day. They wanted to give more hours to their teachers, so which mean even if they have more hours, it's not between Monday and Friday, it would happen during the weekend as well, like random days. Also, it was different days of the week. It was not just every Sunday or every Monday, or it was changing a lot, even though they said, you know, it's not something that we want it to be settled. It's just it was just the beginning. Yeah, a lot of reasons where I just didn't want it to do this anymore. Also, something I didn't know before starting the first session was that someone would be there during every session. I thought someone would be there just for this session, but it happens that someone would be there for every session, someone from the team, just to see if everything's all right and to have a proof if a client is not happy with the lesson or something like that, so they can know what happened and stuff like that. This I understand, you know, but I also didn't know that they would be recording me during the live session, because the first session they didn't record me, and then they recorded me for the second session, which they didn't say. So yeah, I would have liked to have more info. I don't like to not have info and to discover everything like that at the last minute. I don't call this professional. They asked me to work Tuesday, and I said no. I did say to my parents that they gave the hour to another teacher, which is true, but they gave the hour to another teacher only because I said no first. 2 hours and a half before starting, so yesterday, starting the class, they're like, so in this class we want you to talk about this subject today, and I was like, what the no, because I already like planned something totally different, so I would have liked you to say this to me earlier, which is what I said. The clients were people like who had like a different level, so I had almost bilingual people, you know, that would speak French very well, and others can't even say bonjour. And it's like not a judgment at all. It's just, why are they in the same class? Because they wanted me yesterday to do a class where I would like do the greetings in French, you know, bonjour, comment ça va, stuff like that, okay? Formal, informal, or stuff like that. But the one that is almost bilingual in French, she doesn't fucking care about that. She already know about that. She wanted me to talk about restaurant, which she told me this is the first class, and I did something for this class to be around, you know, like restaurants, how to reserve the table and stuff, you know. Yeah, it's logical because they will probably go to France or somewhere in the world where they speak French. There's a huge probability that they would end up in a restaurant, and she wanted to know how to do all of this, you know. Yeah, it's just, anyway, a lot of things, but it's the beginning for them. It's a new project, so of course a lot of mistakes for now, a lot of things they will adjust, but I did tell them that I just didn't want it to work there anymore. I want a salary. I need something with a salary right now. I would like also to keep my company and to like not work for a company but to work with a company, but it's not that big of a deal if I work for a company and I become an employee and stuff. I don't care, it's not that big of a deal if I'm not my own boss, as long as it's something that is aligning with me and where I have like my own schedule. Pretty much they're saying we want you to give this work for like next Monday, and I have like an entire week to work as I want, you know. If I want to do the whole work today and then I have 1 week free, then I will have 1 week free, and if I am in Bali, then I can enjoy Bali the rest of the week. You know what I mean? I say Bali a lot because I heard that there's a lot of digital nomad in Bali, and that just made me want to go to Bali, to be honest. This year or another one, I don't know, but I'm adding probably Bali to my list of countries I want to visit, which there's a lot of addings. Like Bali was not part of my list, but yeah, let's see. All right, that's it. So let's keep searching for a remote job, and of course I will let you know everything about it. And until next video, take care. Be kind to yourself, be kind to other people, and of course I will talk to you in another video about backpacking. No, it's not what I'm saying usually. I will talk to you in another video, of course, about backpacking. Bye.